This episode is brought to you by FX's Feud, Capote versus the Swans. Inspired by actual events, the series tells the story of Truman Capote and the women he betrayed. The original housewives. They were society's most elite women. Rich, glamorous socialites who defined a bygone era of high society New York. From creator Ryan Murphy, this drama series features an all-star cast, including Naomi Watts, Demi Moore, and Diane Lane. FX's Feud premieres January 31st on FX Stream on Hulu.
It's not every day I get to visit with a Ford model whose picture has graced ads like Dillard's, Kohl's, Brooks Brothers, New York Fashion Week. And I might add, she's a teenager who at age 14 also co-authored a best-selling book. Joining me now from Connecticut are Willow Wren, her mom, Bianca Taylor, and her co-author, Anthony Olmo. Now, Willow and Anthony's book, The Dauntless Chronicles, is about 3 humanoid teen aliens living 100 years in the future. It is so exciting just to hear about it, and it's wonderful to have all 3 of you with us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, indeed. We are very happy to be here.
Thank you.
Oh, listen, it's great. Now, our mutual friend and former colleague, Bianca Ray Peters, got us in touch. And Bianca, you and I go back to my very earliest days at KXXV TV back in 1996. I'd just been hired as an anchor, and you were working as a young reporter.
Yeah, I was. I was out in the field, and I think you threw to me, and it was a live shot, and that was our beginning.
my very first newscast on the air, and it was one to remember. But Bianca, you weren't there very long. You went on to Lubbock, next step in your career. So kind of catch us up over the last 25 years.
I was there longer because then you had just come in, but I was just on my way out. I went to KLBK in Lubbock, and then after that to WMBD TV in Illinois, in Peoria. And then I came back home and married a wonderful man from England, and we are now raising our kids here in Connecticut, and our son is in the 82nd Airborne, so we're very proud of him. And our daughter co-authored this book with her friend, and so we're just bursting with pride. It's been a great 25 years.
Well, I know, and it's just wonderful to catch up with you. After all, who would have dreamed I'd even be able to? So very grateful to Ray Peters for putting us back in contact. Willow, first of all, tell me about your modeling and acting career. I know you started that at a very young age. Are you still working now as a Ford model?
Yes, I'm still working. I started when I was 6 years old, and I have been working ever since, and I absolutely love it.
Well, tell me about your acting career. What kind of things have you been in, like TV commercials and that sort of thing?
Yes, I've done short films I did a short film for Fox during Halloween. I did Crayola and WWE as well.
Wow, that's exciting. Your modeling, of course, I can only dream of what that must be like. What aspect do you like the best about getting all fixed up and jazzed up and somebody taking, or is there really kind of a grind to it that we don't even know about?
Oh no, it's so much fun. I love the social aspect of it and getting to meet everyone on set and just having fun and dancing in front of the camera. It's really quite enjoyable.
Well, your passion, though, I understand from your mom, is that to be an author, and that you've kind of always known you wanted to do this. So let's talk a little bit about that, Willow.
I've been writing stories ever since I was little. I'd sit in class during recess and write stories sometimes. I still have those. I kind of want to look back at them. And when I was 8 years old, I published a children's book called The Healing, How the Littlest Kids Can Help Even the Tiniest Creatures.
Oh, my goodness. Now, Anthony, let's bring you in to the picture. Anthony, it's great to visit with you. Glad you can be with us today. How did you begin this collaboration? And I understand you kind of have some learning challenges as well.
Basically, how... Willow and I were actually apart for a very long time, but our parents were friends with us for a very long time, before we were born even. And we were apart for a while, but recently we got back together and we wrote the book together. I was with Willow in my mom's place of work. She worked at a salon at the time, and Willow was getting her hair done. My mom pulls me out of the staff room, and she goes, I want you to meet somebody again. And And lo and behold, I met Willow. We started discussing ideas, and off we went. And that's when the Dauntless Chronicles was created.
Well, that's great. I understand you kind of been got some special type schooling to deal with a couple of diagnoses you got. One is dysgraphia, which has to do with handwriting, and dyslexia, which a lot of people understand, the transposing of letters, and it makes it difficult to read. Now, let's talk a little bit about your special education challenges.
Obviously, I have dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and ADHD. I have a quadfecta of all of those diagnoses. Reading's a little bit hard for me, so is writing. But thanks, to modern computer technology, I don't have to write all of this stuff out by hand. I can type it out easily, and it was actually very easy for me to actually be able to write this book, because typing it out on a computer reading is easier, and writing is much easier because I don't have to sit there and try and decipher something I wrote the day before because my handwriting is not the best. So it's much easier to do it on a computer, do stuff like that. And, a lot of modern tech makes these writing challenges a lot easier. So.
Well, that's fascinating. Now you and Willow began writing this manuscript while you were in the 9th grade as 14-year-olds?
Yep, that is correct.
Yep.
So you just sort of collaborated on ideas. Let's talk a little bit about the plot. I mean, you've got 3 humanoid aliens that are living in a system. Tell me, is it the Kaiser system? What is it?
The Kaiser system.
Kaiser system.
The Kaiser system. Okay, and this is 100 years in the future, and they've got all kinds of action scenes. I mean, from what I've been reading, it's just
we have action, we've got drama, we've got romance. It's everything you could look for in just an enjoyable read, and we had a lot of fun doing it. They live 100 years in the future. 100 years in the future in a different solar system on a different planet, and they have to escape a coup d'etat on their planet. And one of the main characters' ship gets rammed when she's trying to hyperspace jump, and she ends up coming to Earth, and she crash lands on Earth. And she's captured, and she's taken to Area 51. Her friends follow her to try and get her back, and they end up getting captured as well. And then the rest of the story is how they get home.
And not only that, but you're already working on book 2. Let's talk about that.
Oh yeah. Yep, the second book. That's going to be a heck of a ride. The second book is going to be much more action-packed than the first one. It's going to reveal a lot of lore. It's going to be very fun.
It's going to tie everything up nicely in a beautiful little bow and just bring everything together.
Okay, so you're seeing this as a 2-book series, not like a long series like Harry Potter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. I mean, you guys are so organized. You got such a great plan, and there are great reviews of your book, The Dauntless Chronicles. As it's been said, it's written by the young for the young. So this is young adult, literature you've got. One reviewer says, I couldn't put it down. It was that good. It would make a great movie. So what kind of, do you have aspirations like that could be a screenplay you'll be writing on?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Our aim is for a TV show because instead of just having everything compacted into a 1.5 hour,
basically
2-hour movie.
Basically, what we think is there's so much story in the book itself. We think it's too long to be crammed into a movie.
You can't cut anything out, so each chapter could just be an episode for a TV show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The first book is 56 chapters, and it's really detailed writing. It's so visual, and everyone that writes to us, because they can go to the website, thedauntlesschronicles.com, and people can reach out to the kids, or they can reach out on Discord, on the Discord community. The kids can talk more about that. But everything is so detailed and so visual, everyone's asking for a movie or a TV series. So we're meeting with producers at the end of this month.
That is just phenomenal, Bianca. As mom, I mean, you were telling me when we had a phone conversation earlier about Willow being up in the middle of the night, and you go, oh my goodness, you need to go to bed, and she'd be typing away, just writing away on the stories. And the first you really knew what was going on, she had a 400-page book.
Yeah, it was over 400 pages, and all 3 of us, Anthony, Willow, I love staying up in the middle of the night. We're all night birds, night owls. And so I would sometimes get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'd see her light on in her room, and she was there typing away on the floor. I'd say, you really need to go to sleep. There's like school in the morning. She's like, I've got a thought. And I totally understand that. As a writer, as a journalist, I know what it's like to have a story in your head. You just have to get it out. So I would leave her. I'd say, fine, stay there. Just do what you need to do and then get some sleep. And when the manuscript came to us, I couldn't believe when it was 56 chapters. It was 400 pages. This thing is amazing, and there's nothing you could cut out of it. Nothing.
Well, and it's illustrated. So let's talk about how all that came about, because I understand from what I've read in reviews of the book that the illustrations are really special.
Oh, they are. We have friends all over the world, and two of them, one of them is 15 years old. She lives in England, and another is 18. She lives in Indonesia. They did art for the Dauntless Chronicles.
Very, very, very good art at that, too.
And Anthony, talk about your compass rose. There's
Oh,
something
yes,
really special about the compass rose.
The compass rose that I drew is, it's actually, the significance of it is the book is, in the name of the book, there's the name of a ship, and this ship is very significant to the book because it's literally the namesake of the book. The ship existed, the design of the ship existed before the book was created. So in the compass rose, the middle of the compass rose that I designed, there is the top-down view of the ship. And the top-down view of the ship acts as the needle on the compass rose. So basically, as you turn the compass rose, the top-down view of the ship would turn and rotate as you turn the compass rose.
That's great. Bianca, you tell me, your husband has experience in the publishing world. So that's been, I'm sure that's been a big help in all this process, hasn't it?
Well, it's been phenomenal because he's been a magazine publisher for 34 years. And when the kids handed me the manuscript on May 20th, I loved it. And I turned to him and I said, "You are going to be a wonderful book publisher. Let's get working on it." And so the kids commissioned the artwork from the kids around the world. And then we also had some other folks send in fan art. The kids can talk about fan art in the Discord community. And in the meantime, Philip and I worked on cover design and everything that goes into the typesetting and the formatting and everything that needed to be done. It's been a really great family and friend experience. It's probably one of the highlights of my life these past 9 months. Definitely.
And it's really been a whirlwind, because this has all just sort of happened during all the shutdown with COVID.
Well, it really is a whirlwind. I'm glad that you put it that way, because for me, none of us are actually getting any sleep. I mean, it really is around the clock, but
sleep.
But
what's that?
I know exactly. But from that May 20th, when they handed it to me, from that moment forward, I started putting out a launch campaign on Facebook, on Instagram. Willow has 34,000 followers on Instagram. Our son has 41,000 followers on TikTok. I have 5,000 on Facebook. With all of these thousands of people, we would constantly put out snippets of what's to come. Look at this illustration. This is what the kids are drawing. Do you prefer it if Destin's head is to the right or looking straight? Then our 15-year-old friend in England, she would change it where he turned his head to the right. It was really a collaboration with the public. And because the public felt so closely tied to the kids and what they worked on, when the book came out, everyone became a launch warrior. We gave them, and now that they've launched it with us, we've done everything with the public. We've brought everyone into every part of this. Like when we would work on any aspect of the book, we'd say, "What do you think?" And then we would run surveys, and then we would show them the results. And everyone became so enthralled with this idea of this book that when it came out, it just took off. It became an international bestseller. It's amazing. I mean, it really happened so quickly. And now that these TV producers are going to be talking to us at the end of the month, it's really, it's like a dream come true for all of us.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, I had crafted the question, have you been surprised about the success of the writing? But in a way, because you've been living it, you probably aren't too surprised at how it's taking off.
Well, I read the manuscript and I said to my husband, this thing is going to be big. And when our son did a TikTok video for a promo right before the launch, he's 29 now, and he said, if you like Harry Potter and you like the Hunger Games, this is right up your alley. He said, I've never read a better book than those two types of books, and then this one. He said, this is it's just like that. It's so well written. For kids, they're 14, I mean, it was amazing. And I said to my husband, I said, this thing is going to be big. I can't even prepare myself for, what we've gone through it's actually just been mind-blowing. It really is.
You could say it's out of this world.
Out of this world. Very good. Well, so I want to talk a little more about the book. Willow, what is it you want your readers to take away from the Dauntless Chronicles?
The Dauntless Chronicles is very big on family. One of the main motifs are family, loyalty, and friendship, because who doesn't like someone that they can trust? I want it to be something that people can connect to. I want them to be able to connect to the characters, and sacrifice is also a very big part of the Dauntless Chronicles. Many of the characters would rather put themselves on the front lines rather than seeing their family get hurt. There's also altering perspectives in the book where the chapters, they change every chapter, and it's told from a different character's point of view. And we stuck to a main 5. There's the 3 main. There's Destin, Tessia, and Zephyr. Those are the 3 main. And the 2 main supporting are Andrex and Damari. And we switched between those perspectives so we could just see what all of them are thinking rather than just assuming what they're thinking. You get to know them on a deeper level because of the alternating perspectives.
Yeah, what we find is sometimes when books are written in a single perspective, the book becomes sort of biased to one character, and we want it to portray as everybody here has equal, I guess you could say, stage time here in the book, because we want everybody to be connected to every character, and we feel like that's not really possible if you just have one perspective through all the chapters.
So how do you do that as co-authors? Do you have special characters that okay, I'm going to write this character on this chapter or this scene or whatever, or do you all between the two of you write everybody?
We do. We try to write everybody. There are scenes we take some characters out so we can focus on the development or for 1 or 2, and another very famous character in the story is Siren. She is like the comedic relief. She is, she's like a space snake, a dragon space snake. And, she is we do try to focus on her, but she's more of a supporting role in the story. So when we don't write everybody into one chapter, we do try to include her more, have her do more actions, etc.
One of the reviews I read, I guess it was Mom, said that she and her son read it together. I don't know if she read it to him at bedtime or what. I don't know how they did that, but they loved it. I mean, every review I've read, has just been incredible about how they praise the writing and the action and everything involved, but there's some superpowers involved. She said he loved the superpowers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few of them actually, but one of the main focused ones is mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage is the main power that it's
the main focus power.
Yeah, it's kind of what the book is. You could say the book is centered about. And this power basically, it allows you to control and manipulate machines with your mind. Mind control. Yeah. So basically, you think mind control with humans, but no. This is not what this is. This is mind control, but for machines. Now, it also allows you to build machines. It allows you to talk quotes, to machines. And, you see this a lot portrayed through Destin and his character, because he loves machines. He loves to mess with them. He loves to play with them. He likes to build them. And he develops emotional attachments to them. So you see this portrayed in the book a lot, actually.
And there are other powers as well, and the powers are given when a child is born on a specific day of their year. They have a god, there's a god and goddess system as well, and on a god's birthday, there would be a festival, and if a child is born on that day, they end up getting a superpower based on whatever that god or goddess is. So let's say, for example, we have the god of the heavens, and a child is born on the day that the god would be celebrated. They would get the power to manipulate gravity to an extent.
Y'all's imaginations are amazing, Bianca. Did you ever dream that this kind of work could come from these two young people?
Well, having watched them grow up and I know they really are two extraordinary young people. I mean, they really have the most creative imaginations. And so, yes, I can see this from these two, and their collaboration is amazing. I'm just so proud of them. I'm so proud of them. I will put everything on hold for what we were doing prior to the book coming out, and even just getting the manuscript, to make this the focus of our lives right now. And my husband does everything with the website. He put the dauntlesschronicles.com together, and right now he's adding a very special part to the website today. It's a surprise for the kids, but I hope everybody can go and take a look, because this website, even some of the reviewers on Amazon have mentioned how beautiful it is. And again, we're just doing this ourselves to have this whole thing take off. I'm just so pleased. I'm so proud of them.
The Dauntless Chronicles, Dauntles, Dauntless Chronicles. It's available on Amazon. How can folks get a copy of the book? And you're in the first printing or multiple printings?
There are multiple. It's in BarnesandNoble.com, Walmart.com, Books A Million. It's on Amazon in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. It's everywhere.
It's on Kindle. It's in black and white. It's on 70-pound paper in color. That is a little pricier, but when you have that in your hands, I've had people that call me and they've said they have tears in their eyes because it's that beautiful. The kids have just illustrated so beautifully. It's amazing.
Is there an audiobook?
The audiobook will come out next year, because the kids right now are working on book 2, and Willow will voice the audio for both of the books when they're out. But right now the children are focusing on TDC 2, and they're on chapter 16.
This is just amazing. But you're both going to school. I mean, you're out of school. We're taping this in the afternoon. What is your school like? What do your teachers think about all this?
Oh, they're proud.
They're proud.
My carpentry and engineering teacher, he's ecstatic about this, because I've taken a lot of what he's taught me and put it into the book when coming about with the engineering side of things in the book, and he was very proud. And the whole engineering carpentry class, they are all very happy. They loved reading it, and everybody in my school is proud of me.
My English teachers have been huge influences on me. I can thank them and my mom for all the wonderful writing tips throughout the year. And it's amazing. We have books in the school libraries as well, and I've given them to my teachers, and I'm so grateful for all of their support.
Well, I am so grateful to the three of you for spending some time with us here on Central Texas Living, the podcast. Bianca, to reconnect with a former colleague at KXXV is just beyond fun. But to hear what an amazing story you have up there in Connecticut, and how we're all going to be hearing more about the Dauntless Chronicles and the three humanoid teenage aliens that populate it, and the other characters, and really, really looking forward to what lies ahead.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
You guys are going to love it.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. Thank you so much to our three guests today, Bianca Taylor, Willow Wren, her daughter, and Willow's co-author, Anthony Olmo. All the best to you all, and thanks for being with us.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we love coming on. Thank you so much.